necessarily or actually did a simple truth. You may have read in the social media, in the electronic media, in the print media, all kinds of things. I just want to say clearly that what I believe in and what I continue to stand for is equity, justice, and fairness. It doesn't matter whose interest is involved. What we're talking about today, we're not talking about a presidential candidate. The primaries have come and gone. We're not talking about the vice presidential candidate. The candidate of the party has made his choice, and which everybody has accepted. And therefore, that is not the issue today. The issue as it is today is, and as it is provided in our constitution of the party, section 73C, makes it clear that there shall, not that there may, there shall be zoning of party offices and elective offices. Very clear. It was not. It's not ambiguous. It's not ambiguous. It is made clear that this is what is supposed to be, or what should be done. And you know, people who want to ascend to political power will always try to manipulate the system in order to suit them. And when they are doing this, they do not let the public know the actual facts. All they do is to slant the story or stories in such a way that it will deceive the public. The founding fathers of our party never made a mistake. They knew the country called Nigeria and the complexity of this country, and therefore in doing things they try to move this country forward. They arrange it in such a way we will not have problems in our party. You remember, and that is why I've always said people should not forget history. It may not be favorable to you, but for the sake of the society and of the country, you must remember. In 2013, 2014, you remember there was this issue of the presidential candidates of the party, which of course at that time we had our president, President Jonathan, who emerged as the presidential candidate of our party, being the People's Democratic Party. You also recollect in that convention that so many people walked out of that convention. People like the candidate of our party today was the Adamawa, that is Elijah Chulabaka. In fact, I just remembered, and let me commiserate with him. I hear he lost one of his aides. So on behalf of the government and people of the state, I extend our condolences to him, and know that it is God, the Almighty Allah, is the one that gives, is the one that takes. So may he be consoled, and let God give him the strength in order to overcome this irreparable loss of what I'm concerned. But moving further, Aminu Tambawa was one of them. The former Senate President Saraki was one of them. They all walked out saying that the presidency must come to the north. Of course, President Jonathan, who was a sitting president at that time, did everything he could do to talk to them to come back to the party. Of course, Jonathan was rebuffed. As a sitting president, I even remember that there was a time he traveled to London to see our presidential candidate today. He rebuffed Jonathan, who was a sitting president at that time. We said no, we remain in the party. But you also had when the former governor of Niger State, Adi Babangida, came out on channels and said, look, they all agreed to work against the candidate of our party, being President Goodluck Jonathan. Yes, some former governors came out, no, they are not saying the correct thing. But what is important that, yes, some members of our party played anti-party activity because they believe that the presidential candidates should go from the dot. So I just have to lay this foundation for good to understand. We have had our primaries and the presidential candidate have emerged. But before a presidential candidate emerged, there was the issue of where would the chairmanship go to? Because in our party, the chairman comes from either the south and the president candidate comes from north, or the president candidate comes from the south and the chairman will go to the north. The intention of the founding fathers was that to allow for inclusivity, for everybody to participate in the hierarchy of decision making of the party. Because as it is today, three major persons are those who take decision of the party. One is the national chairman, one is the presidential candidate or the president if you are in power, and then the DG of the campaign. These are three key positions that oversee the runnings of the party and major decisions being made and how the party will move forward. Now, we from the south, before now, we have met and said, look, the presidency must come to the south. APC, PDP, we met. In fact, when this idea was mooted, because frankly speaking, I never attended NEC meetings in Abuja, but they met during NEC meeting, and I agreed that the conveners of this meeting would be the governor of Ondo State, Akeredolu, the governor of Ebonyi, Umahi, and the governor of Delta, Okowa. They became the chief conveners of this Southern Governors Forum meeting. And the first meeting was held in Asaba, precisely in Asaba. And in that meeting, it was agreed that whatever it is that President Muhammad Buhari, coming from the north, has done 8 years, and therefore, for inclusion that the next president should come from the southern part of the country. And the next meeting was held in Lagos, where it was also amplified and stated clearly that this is what we must pursue as a people. Then the final meeting was held in Enugu. I don't want to say certain statements made by some governors in that meeting. But I remember one of the governors said, look, how will I tell my children that I cannot be a president because I don't come from a particular section of the country? I don't want to go down to governor now, but at the appropriate time, to be able to let you know, because a lot of people forget things and then turn around to do different things. So in Enugu was the final meeting where we agreed. And in doing so, when I said, look, Secondus and chairman of the party, you already running out your time. And therefore you can't go back. Because it's the position of the South that the president has to come to the south. And the president cannot come to the south if you are the chairman of the party. Because by a convention, by our constitution of the party, this is what it is stated. And so it was not as if it was a personal thing. In order to allow of our decision in the certain government forum, then this has to be done. And so we went to the party. Arguments and counter-arguments. In fact, it was surprising to me when I saw the behavior of some of the governors who were even the conveners of this certain government forum meeting started shifting. That no, the chairmanship should not be so. And we said why? It must be so. The chairman must either remain in south or he goes to the north. Luckily, the party set up a committee for Solo. And in that committee, the governor of Enugu State was the chairman. Governor Otto was the deputy chairman for the zoning of the party offices. Cleverly, as some people may always think they are too clever, they came up with this, oh no, zone only the party offices, don't zone the elective offices. And some of us say, how can you only zone party offices? You will not zone elective offices. You know, so many people, some people believe they are too intelligent than others. And some of us say, look, this will at the end of the day cause crisis for us. If we do not now state it frankly, this is what should be done. And for us to move on, this problem you think you are trying to afford will at the end of the day resonate. And it will be a crisis for us. And at that time, it will be too late. Now, the chairmanship was now zoned to the north. And that was why there's nobody from the south who contested that. Also remember, when we lost election in 2015, the party sat down from the committee under Ekwerenadu. And that committee came up and said, let us zone the presidency to the north. And that was why in 2018 convention, there was nobody from the south who contested for that. All the aspirants at that time came from the north. And everybody will remember. I was arrowhead for the campaign of Wasiri Tambo. And when we lost, I never hid my intention. Wasiri Adamawa came. And I said, look, the primary was over. We'll give you all the necessary support. And which we did. There's no state of PDP that will say they contributed more than River State. There's not one state of PDP that will say so. And I challenge any state, and I also challenge the candidate today to tell PDP members if there's any state that contributed in whatever way in order for him to emerge victorious at the national election. So, those of them who thought they are too powerful, they are highly connected, they are the founding fathers of the party, they own the party. Then I said there should be no zoning of the presidential ticket. Leave it open. Let the best candidate emerge because they think they have the numbers. We have justice in our constitution. Not knowing that we're laying the foundation, a seed of discord in future. So as it mattered at that time, oh, it's okay. No, all of us. But before the primaries, and how are you? I got as chairman. And I start to challenge anybody. And let Ayu himself say, never allowed my phone to rest. Every day. Thank you. I will assure you, we'll make sure this party is united, that to all kinds of things and that. Well, that's history now. He became the chairman. And I said, listen, what's going on? He said, well, they started selling funds. I said, but you have set up a committee for zoning. Now headed by the governor of Benue State. They started selling funds. How can you start selling funds when we have not discussed the issue of the surgery? So cleverly, then I came up with since people have bought funds, they have no need to zone. I mean, at this level of our life, my mother used to say that, look, in my fact, she did not go to school, but she hears shut up. That one, you don't need to go to school to know that somebody says shut up. Although when I see fraud, when I see manipulation, and I said, look, this thing will put us into crisis. So okay, let's go in for the campaign. Some of us came out to say we are going to run. And in the name of God, I came out with everything because I believe at this time in our country, we must have people who are dedicated and committed and have passion for this country. People who want to really solve this problem. The only thing that I can tell you today, I feel pain that I don't have the opportunity to fight banditry. I don't have the opportunity to fight oil theft. If there are two things I told myself I was going to do, was to take on insecurity head on and the issue of oil theft that's affecting our economy today. As president, yes, but be it as it may, it was always God that gives power. And so you will not go and but the day you were born, you were not told this is what you will be. Rather, your parents will pray for you. I want this my son, I want this my child, I want my daughter to be a great person tomorrow. But not that you are told that look, you'll be president through PDP, you'll be president through APC, you will be this. No. It doesn't happen that way. Now, what for the primary? We campaign. Seriously, we campaign. And they were shocked. Because if you look at the modus of our campaign, nobody was a DG. Nobody was anything. You never know. Because we didn't want to allow anybody to approach people going to be moles. So you don't know the assignment Benga is assigned to. You don't know the one that Shegun is given to. But all you are saying, campaign is a movie. So it became a problem. Meetings upon meetings. A whole national chairman threatened some of the presidential aspirants at that time that if Wike wins, he was going to resign. In fact, he was calling aspirants to withdraw from Atiku Abubakar. Bala Muhammad is there. Saraki is there. Tambawa is there. Meetings we are called upon. You must withdraw. If not, we will lose. Wike will win. So I don't say, but the issue is not about Wike. Nobody fights it, not Wike, but it is we want to. So it took time. This is the national chairman of a party who is supposed to be the chief umpire. This was before the primaries. Yes. Even if the grant of the primaries, that was why we started the primary very, very late. The primary was supposed to 10-11. We started around 5:30 to 6. This is how many who are delegated. 774 local governments. Underground used to have 4,000 and 5,000, it broke 774. So what was going on? Meetings upon meetings, putting pressure, step down. Some retired generals were involved. Some of the meetings were held in their houses. So, but even in the campaign, in the committee of the convention, when we met in Bimbo Governor's Lodge with the National Working Committee, I raised it as National Chairman. These people are chairman of this committee are all known supporters of Atiku Abubakar. He swore, oh no, he's going to Casino. Just to let you know that if we don't want pension, we are going to court. But we don't want the party to be in crisis. Therefore, do the right thing. So at the end of the day, all of us will be happy that the party has done a good convention and the winner has emerged with that rank. We are opposition party. We are not in the ruling party. Therefore, we must conduct ourselves in such a way that there should not be internal crisis that may not be resolved before the general election. There was nothing I didn't do. Manipulation of delegates list, litigations of there was nothing he didn't do. And unfortunately today, the numbers were not adding up. There's nothing they didn't do to make sure that Wike did not emerge. So, we went for the convention. And they came. You remember, I spoke last. You remember, I spoke last based on alphabetical order. And when I came out to speak, of course, there was danger. The version was thunderous. So it became a problem to them. Now, to tell you, I was highly disappointed by the former Senate President. Very experienced, very seasoned. All these things were all set up to manipulate the system, which of them sent to the back. He was the chairman of the convention, planning committee. It has never happened in the history of election. In fact, when you are speaking, whatever thing you want to do, it's at that point you will say it. But everybody has spoken. I have spoken. We have now started for them to commence voting. A whole chairman of National Convention Planning Committee announced that said that there's an announcement. It has never happened anywhere. Announcement we were thinking would be look for security reasons, don't pass this way. Or there's something that was just, picked up. I don't know what anybody has been something, your phone or whatever. Such announcements were expected. Was to give back the microphone to Tambo, to come again and speak after everybody has spoken. To say, my brothers, I want to withdraw. Okay, not even say you want to withdraw. You know what ahead? That they should vote for Atiku Abubakar. At that point, if not for the love of the party we have, if we don't love this party, that convention wouldn't have held. There would have been a crisis in that convention. But as people who say, look, let us go ahead. For peace to reign. David Man never thought it. Is there any other person who wants to say anything? He never thought it. Nobody. They would say, I don't people else. You object. That's what would you do? Because we love, we say, look, anything that will cause crisis, let us avoid it. And like I said, anybody who knows me knows me too well. At that point, I would have said, this convention cannot take place. If heaven was going to come down, we would have allowed heaven to come down that particular day. But we said, no. We must be intact to take over power because Nigerians are waiting for the party. So we must not do things that will let Nigerians know that, look, we are not serious. So we allowed it. and everything went. Not even being satisfied after you have done all you have done, by threatening that you will resign if you came wins. He now went ahead to Governor Tamboa's house as the hero of the convention, a national chairman. You heard what Jang said. He has never had this in his life. A referee carrying the ball, put it for the other side, and the side scores, then you say he blows, it's a goal. Against all of that aspect. And so, we thought, okay, it's over, it's over. There will be reconciliation or whatever. And let me tell anybody who cares to do, I never run for presidential position in order to be a vice president. Never. Never.
That's what people are saying, that because you are not chosen, that you are showing the trace of a bad loser.
First of all, how you know those who are prepared to run the election? Some of them collected presidential form, at the same time collected senatorial form. You know that those who are not serious to run. I never collected for any senatorial form. Even after the vote, people say, come and go for Senate. I said, no, I won't do that. I've already made a commitment that this Senate should be zoned to this area because they've never had it before. I must not be in power. By the grace of God, since 1999, I've been director. I mean, it's not a do or die affair. Now, and again, you know, when you're working as a team with people, sometimes you must listen to them. If I tell you the number of Nigerians that called me to say, listen, please make sure that you take the offer of France. Offer what? I said, no, I won't do that. I will not. They said, no, it's not for you. It is for our team. Let us also be relevant in the system. They will know that, yes, you don't need it. I said, look, I don't trust these people. I know them too well. So don't put me to this. The pressure was so much. I said, okay, let you not look as if it's a personal thing. But I told them, but then you will understand that you don't need to trust these people. What happened? After the convention Saturday, Sunday, the candidate wanted to see me on Monday, and I was rushing back to Port Harcour. And I said I will leave him by 10:30. And so I can give the 10:30 after 10:30. Luckily he came with Mana Waziri and Co, Tunda Yeni, all of them. Looking for me. Beladuke was there. Nanobi was there. Fayushe was there that morning. So he came and spoke. Then it was Mana Waziri who said, okay, two officials should go and have a private meeting in my office. One thing. The lady was sat down. He said, Governor, that's sister, look, you must go. I said, why? He said, no, we have never had presidential candidate and chairman from the same zone.
This is the former vice president talking to you.
Telling me this, that was the first thing he said. And you know, what I come to them and I challenge, let the former vice president say or the candidate say no, I never say so. And I say, what did I say? Amana. And it is the moment. Because that is Amana that he never told me this.
Other people are there.
No, that was private meeting there after the general meeting. Then the next thing he told me was, I want us to work together. I said, like how? He said, look, this vice president. I said, no, but you have made promises to people. He said, no, you have not made any promises. I said, no. You have made promises to the governor of Delta. You have made promises to he said, no, fine, you were just coming from there now. You just told them not possible. I said, sir, I will discuss with my people. So, that was that. The point I'm trying to say, integrity matters a lot. Integrity matters a lot. Because you are talking about trust. part of what we have problem today in this country, people don't trust our leaders again. You say something here to me, in their spirit, they are saying a different thing. At the end of the day, you say it's political, it's politics. No. Then I said they were going to give him certificate of return, and I was invited. I said, I don't need to come. And I didn't go. So the governor of Adamawa came to see me. I said, look, he didn't come for the certificate. What is it necessary? So if I don't come where they are presenting the certificate, I'm not this kind of eyesight, this type of fact. I don't do that. It's okay. Why not go and congratulate him in his house? I think, but he has come here. He said, no, it doesn't matter, that's okay. I called one or two persons. Are you around? He said, yes. Come and join me. We went to the candidate's house. I said, congrats, sir. I've come to congratulate you. Stories from here. Now, some of the people now, they gave us it was then he told the that one of the ex-military soldiers, one of the ex-soldiers,
Former General.
one of former generals, wrote 3 names: Okowa, myself, and the governor of Akwa Ibom. And that the chairman of the party was not happy. Why would he be the young general that will nominate next? He said, okay. He was now going to write a letter to the party, for the party to nominate a presidential candidate for him. That he didn't want to make the mistake he made in 2018-19 when people accused him of nominating Peter Obi without letting people know. So I challenged him to show the letter he wrote to the party. I challenged him to show the letter he wrote to the party. That he made the party not to constitute the high power delegation. 5 members of National Working Committee, led by the Deputy National Chairman, North, National Secretary, National Woman Leader, Zonal Chairman of the North Central, and one of them. 3 governors, 7 governors, Chairman of Governors Forum, Amin Tamboa, Bala Muhammad, and Autumn. 4 former governors: Sule Labidu, Ali Babangida, Yeli Moke, and Olusegun Mimiko. 3 BOT, made up of 2 former Senate presidents, Senator David Mark, Senator Wabara, who at that time was Secretary of BOT, and India Churuma, and the 2 members of the National Assembly, the current Senate Minority Leader and House of Rep member Woloke. Let any of them say they either saw me, I either came to them to speak to any of them. I challenge any of them to come out and tell me that I either came to them or spoke to them. So please, as you are going to this meeting, nominate me. I challenge anybody. They did their meeting. I was at home here. Of course, social media. Whatever this and that happened. Before that meeting, the national chairman made sure they did not recommend anybody. Say, I'm on this thing. And some of them say, you have already given us 3 names that people have submitted. And that the candidate had made preference that it must be a serving governor from the South. Who are the serving governors? Who are 2nd-time governors living? Okowa, Udom, my humble self. So it was clear. Well, they tried to do all permutations, all kinds of things, and they wrote there in order of preference. Say our preferred person, number 1 is this. But it's also pain me when the candidate will say, after that happened, national chairman went to the candidate in the midnight. I said, no, that's not what we told them to do. You can pick anybody. Fine. And when I saw them, I said, look, why do you have to go to this route? Why? You are the candidate. All you would have done, after due consultations, I have picked so person. Why do you have to make it look so? I mean, look at the crisis you are causing for nothing. It doesn't make sense.
Your Excellency, don't you think that the signs were there all along, but that you didn't see it? For instance, you vote for to contest for the presidential ticket. Yeah. Governor Udo from the South vote for to contest for the presidency. Other governors from the South bought forms for different offices, like governor of Abia State, for Senate, and all of that. Only one governor on your party platform didn't buy any form for any office. Governor Oko. There are insinuations that all along there had been an agreement between him and some persons, including the presidential candidate now, that he was going to be the running mate. These signs were there all along, but you didn't see it.
No, it's not correct. We have heard of this. I can tell you how much come about. Yes. But you see, if you're a good politician,
could you clarify that?
No, of course. I said we have heard this, that he's going to run to Goa, that Goa supported him with force, and this. We're all aware. It's not that we didn't see. But then, as good politicians who started, take for example, the United States of America. Biden ran with the vice. The vice president of America today, Kamala Harris gave Biden serious problem. And so when they wanted to pick the vice president, Biden said, look, this one gave me a problem. I cannot. But those in the Biden's camp who meant well for Biden citizen, if you want to win this election, you must take Kamala Harris. You don't tell us those who are close to Biden in his council, who meant well for him, and look at the support today. So the mere fact that you have had, the problem you have with some of our leaders, that there are so many rent seekers around you. So many of them have not been in power for years. So they're all looking for how, look, I must bounce back home. Things are tough for me. So those who have no value to add, for Christ's sake.
Your Excellency,
okay.
From the onset, from the picture or the scenario you have painted, it's been a journey of broken promises, which you are well aware of. One would want to ask, why being presidential aspirants from the South insist from the onset that we must have zoning?
That's what I told
especially you. For the fact that the national chairman, prior to the convention, was already from the northern axis.
That is what I'm trying to tell you, that it's unfortunate. That is unfortunate what you find in the system. It's unfortunate. There's what they call an in-house also, sometimes the people who may be killing you may be the person from beside your house. No armed robber comes to your wood time and inside and give you the information. That you know very well. But for me, it's not different. I say, okay, well done with that. In fact, if I follow, first of all, nobody forced you to say that if the presidential candidate emerges from the north, I would resign. Nobody forced him. But he knew that had been the practice. He knew that had been the practice. Why would you have come out to a whole country, to a whole party, if this happens? I'm going to do that. And now people are not saying, okay, why not do this thing which you promised? And you're not beginning to attack individuals. Wike. Was it Wike that told him to go and say that? Was it at the goal point?
All right.
And let me tell you why I said, which also, apart from this, IU is very corrupt. Very, very corrupt.
This is a heavy allegation.
No, I mean,
Your 4 major television.
listen,
Yeah.
listen. I'm not listen. You are talking to the governor of Rivers State. I have told you, I am totally involved.
And because you're a lawyer also, so when you say this kind of thing, you probably have evidence.
Listen, IU has opportunity to challenge me. I will name. I said I will name. I told you I was going to speak. I'm not speaking today. We're not even going to that moral, but even some of the governors can tell you. Look, will he deny the fact that he did not collect $1 billion from Lagos?
From
Lagos.
Yes.
Who in Lagos?
I would let him deny. I will tell him who gave him the money.
Lagos.
Yeah,
Lagos
not
government.
Lagos state government, whatever. I'm talking about
Lagos
the money was given to him in Lagos. Yes.
For what purpose?
He met one of the presidential aspirants and told him that he's not sure these governors may want to sponsor the party. Let IU say no. I would even call some of the businessmen and how the money was arranged in Lagos. That money did not enter to the account of PDP. But we're not attacking IU on that basis. We're attacking IU. This is what we are talking about.
So when allegations, when big allegations are made, sir,
listen,
people who want
I'm not a governor.
validation.
Look, I'm not any governor. I'm a serious governor. I'm a very important governor. I can't just come here and begin to say anything. I said, I challenge.
You mentioned only one. You said you made a
I just made one.
I took
I said,
money.
let him deny this, then you say more.
You have
What
more.
I say? Yes, that's what I said. I would even mention from the governors too.
Let me ask this question, Mr. Governor. You've spoken a lot about
So that I don't forget, talking about integrity, about settlement and this. Now, we were invited to a meeting in London by the presidential candidate. We are 5 governors. Governor of Adamawa, who is the governor of the presidential candidate? Governor Otto, Governor Sheyi Makinde, Governor Ibas, and my humble 5 of us. Senator Obaka, who was one who was taking record. The presidential candidate told us, in truth, that he has confronted IU on this statement. And IU said, yes, he said so. And I said, okay, what do we do? We said, look, sir, we're all here. If we're not interested to win this election, you didn't pay my flight money to this place. Why would I spend money to come to London to hold a meeting? Why would I spend such money? But because of the commitment, because we believe this party has to win the election, everything must be done. Sacrifices must be made in order for us to win the election. We said that, and he agreed with us that IU has to go. And what was remaining, he now said, we should give you 1 week. Let's go work at the modalities of IU going. Let Governor Fintri, who is the governor of Adamawa, let him tell Nigerians it is not correct. Let Governor Sheyi tell Nigerians it's not correct. Let Governor Otton tell Nigerians it's not correct. Let Governor Ibasi tell Nigerians it is not correct. This is what we agreed. For us to have peace, let's move on. Let bygone be bygone. What is the problem? You're a presidential candidate. Just give chairmanship to the South. So that when you're doing campaign, you're a president candidate, your DG is not you. Look, Nigeria is such a complex country. What is that? Now, within that 1 week, we didn't hear for the presidential candidate again. All we know that the constitutional barrier. If he respects us, assuming, do not concede him. If the president candidate respects us, what stops him in calling us back? He said, look, I've gone to look at this thing. There are the constitutional issues. Even in that meeting, we said, look, bring your lawyer, let us sit down, work it out. But he never called us. All he now had on, you see, there are the constitutional issues, that's this. But we forgot that we have constitutional matter. The constitution said you must zone. Now we just see our constitution. Now you are bringing constitutional, I mean, what kind of,
all right.
What kind of constitution?
Doctor, if I may get to my part, I guess we still get to what the constitution of the PDP says, because when speaking with some of the members of your party that were in the meeting in Port Harcour, they said, well, this is a moral issue. I think the chairman of the party has said. But let me ask, there are those in your party who believe that as much as you are not happy with what Senator Nyesom Wike said, I was going to step down should a presidential candidate from the north emerge, that in fact there is much more anger coming that is more than that of Senator Wike, which is the fact that the relationship with your very good friend, the governor of Sokoto, Aminu Tambuwal, and you feel so betrayed by him, and that is in fact the real reason. I mean, you're speaking to Nigerians today. Can you clarify which is more of anger to you? The anger of your friend Tambuwal, who you feel betrayed you, or the anger of Senator Wike?
Okay, if I'm angry that he betrayed me, well,
did he betray you?
Hold it. First of all, if I'm angry that he betrayed me, what am I going to do? I mean, so will you kill yourself that somebody betrayed you? Won't you move on with your life? Have I not been doing my work as governor of River State? If in his conscience, if he feels that what he did was right, so be it. If he knows what he did was not right, he should know what to do. I don't even think about it. Frankly speaking.
He doesn't upset you?
Even if you upset me, it's like you lost a child. It can be painful that your life must go on. In this case, a man decided what he wanted to do. He's not my son. Even if he's my son, he's of age to take a decision. And he has taken a decision. Do I go and kill him? I move on with life. And he's moving on with his life. Did we sign an agreement that we must be like this together unto our life? Are we married? I don't understand when people talk about anger, no anger. I've loved that. Look, one thing you must understand, and if you're not prepared for it, if you want to be a leader, if you want to be a politician in Nigeria, you must have what we call a shock observer. If you don't have a shock observer, you will die. You must. At all times, you see these things happen. So you don't need to begin to put yourself, except you're not prepared. That's all about a leadership. That's all about leadership. Is it me? Did Nigerians watch it? You, what is your feeling? You, what do you think? You, what do you think? All of you watch it on television, so it is for you to, take your own position, whether you are happy, whether it's right or not. But that is not what we're talking. Whatever has happened, has happened. Won't you move the party forward? Why do all this vice presidential candidate, this and that? And sometimes when I watch television, I say, where did they get these stories from? Where did they get it from? Who has ever spoken to me to say, I said, no, I will not forgive them because I didn't get president. I will not forgive them because I didn't get vice president candidate. People who are afraid of me around them, they know. I'm a no-nonsense person. I'm a no-nonsense person. I don't go up because you're a president candidate, I begin to run around you every day. I won't do that. I have a lot of work to do.
Your Excellency, some people are of the opinion that within your group as governors, there are those who are telling the national chairman not to quit, and that if he quits, they will leave the party. You know, somebody even mentioned the governor from one of the South states as saying that if he leaves, they will leave the party. Could this be one reason the national chairman is bent on hanging on?
Well, you must know, in everything you are doing in life, there are people whose life that has been how they live their life. They even have no say publicly. They do that at the back. I will say my own. Let those governors from the south or southeast or southwest come out to say. Let them open their mouth and say to Nigerians that we support that the chairman and president should remain in one zone. Let them come out and say it. It's not to go back and talk. You know, there are people, if now seeing you, they're forgetting. Look, I'm very happy. You know why? I'm living. And I feel so proud that I can tell anybody in this country today that go to River State, I'm satisfied with what I have done, and the people of the state are very much satisfied with what I have done. I'm not one of those governors when you leave office, I'm going to find somewhere that we got to stay to join associations. I won't do that. I will not do that. I will not be relevant to association. I will be relevant through my contribution in my state. That's what makes a politician. That's why I look at Nigeria today. Former Ministers Forum, former Governors Forum, former Chief of Staff Forum, former Councillors Forum, former House Officers Forum, former Principal of Staff Forum. Look, because nobody has anything to just one problem or the other. That's why I was in Abuja. As a governor, I don't sleep in Abuja. As a governor, when I will have all excuses to go and stay in Abuja. But not to tell you, even if I leave office, what to attract me there? Except I have something to eat. I go to, you see, the point I'm trying to make, forget about those people who are saying that the chairman resign. No problem. If they should not resign, that there shouldn't be peace. Okay.
Your Excellency.
Okay.
Your Excellency. Some people are saying that your insistence on the chairman's resignation in the manner in which you are asking for it will create one crisis for the party. In the sense that if he steps aside, he still leaves you with the burning end of the stick. In the sense, because if you read the party's constitution, Article 47.6, where a vacancy occurs in any of the offices of the party, the executive committee at the appropriate level shall appoint another person from the area or zone where the officer originated from to serve out the tenure of the officer. So if Ayu steps aside like you are asking him to, the next person that may be called upon to fill that vacancy will also be from the north, which still leaves you with the body end of the state. If you flip the coin around, the other solution will be for the party to probably convene a convention to elect a new national chairman, and that the party cannot afford that in months to election. What do you say to that?
You know, if you ask people, criminals, why is it that I commit crime? Because there's no job. If I ask that person, he said, because yes, I'm working, but the money that they pay me is not enough. So many criminals have various reasons on why they commit crime. These are people who have nothing to offer this party electorally. You are talking about constitution now. When you forget that the constitution says there should be zoning of elective and party offices. You did not remember that Constitution says so. Now, is there nothing called expediency? Is there nothing called necessity? Look, now look at where we have found ourselves.
Doctrine of
Whatever they may call it. Doctrine of expediency. Look, we never knew we put ourselves into this. Not that you never knew, you knew. Ordinarily. I mean, you showed this chairman, this governorship would have been zoned. I mean, this presidency ought to have zoned to the south. You knew it. All you thought what you've done is to show how clever or how smart you are. Now that the crisis is down, you are now falling back to that constitution to say, look, there are constitutional crisis. You cannot eat your cake and have it. You can't. It's never done anywhere. Sacrifice should be made. What's wrong? If the national chairman, who has already said, did he know of the provisions of this constitution? Did he not know of the provisions of this constitution before he said, if the presidential candidate emerges from so-so zone, I will give up? Was this provision inserted now? Why do we blow hot and cold? Why? Why? So I don't think anybody is saying that there's no way. Even NEC could meet and take that decision and then ratify it in a convention later. For expediency purposes, we have to zone back this chairmanship to the south. NEC can take, I don't know where these so-called lawyers are getting from. Because of interest. NEC can take that decision and ratify it in the convention. So whom are they deceiving? So whom are they deceiving? Yes.
After the election.
Yes. All we want is, now that you have given presidency to them, let us take our own chairman. Because when they are meeting for decision making, the presidential candidate sits here, the national chairman sits here, the DG of campaign sits here. They take decision, then they come and tell the people to execute. Now I hear they say board of trustees. What is called board of trustees means what? Why did they put pressure on the board of trustees chairman to resign? And then now you cannot put pressure on national chairman to resign. Look. As when I was trying to run as a governor, I had a lot of crises. But I have to let go certain things for us to be able to win an election. The problem is that we have not won an election. We are too arrogant. We are too arrogant. We have not won an election. We are telling Nigerians, look, you can't trust us. We say one thing, we do a different thing. You are going to campaign, people will issue you, they will show you on video. See what you said now. I mean, simple thing. Instead of you to do the right thing, all you will do is name calling. Who is wicked? Who will do without him. I never say you cannot do without me. I never said so. But all I say, you can't do without me in my state. That's not what I've always said. What is my business? Will I go to Ondo? Will I go to Oyo? You can do without me, I agree. But to say you do without me in this state, it will not be possible.
But how do you do it in such a way that if they do without you, or you do without them, the election of the presidency will have the National Assembly on that day. If you do not stick with the article and you do not listen to you, what would you do?
Now what is your business? When you get to the bridge, you think about how to cross the bridge.
I thought today,
listen,
Your Excellency, I thought today you are bearing it
It's not my business to tell you my strategy in election. Every election has its own strategy.
Let me ask you.
You don't. Let me ask you one question. Have you not seen where governors win and assembly lose election in your constituency? It is the same election now. Have you not seen where assembly member loses seat in that same and governor won in that constituency?
So that could happen here.
I'm not saying so. I'm not saying so. So you don't put words in my mouth. All I'm saying is that you asked the question. I said, look, we are still talking about peace. You understand me? It's only when you say you don't want us, do you understand me? Then we can now fall back and say, what do we do? But we don't talk about what we do now when they are still opening for people to discuss. I'm not running an election. It's the man who wears the suit knows that. So if you say you need me, you know what to do. But if you say I'm not relevant, you know it is your own business. But the point is that all this name calling, wicked group, this, we'll deal with them, we'll do this. You know, you compound their problems. Take for example, since 1999, we have never won Yobe State. Since 1999. But one of the problem people is from that Yobe State. So what will he give the party? What will he give the party?
Who is this person?
You know him, Maina Waziri. Since 1999, has PDP won Yobe State?
Or even is what?
Or if this one. So what is the electoral value now? He will bring to the table. Tell me, since 1999 we started this democracy, PDP has never won Yobe State. And then you are going about. We'll deal with him. We'll sanction him. Meanwhile, we are zero in your state. You sanction the person that has given you 100%. You that have brought nothing, you're sanctioning me. Have you seen how this party at this country? Me, I brought something on the table. The man who didn't bring anything, sanctioning the man who brought something.
Your Excellency, in the event that the concerns not to meet the constitutional requirements,
there is nothing like constitutional requirement. We are not removing. We are not removing. We are saying, look, so where we have boxed ourselves in. Because of us and because of some of us thought we are being smarter than other people. Now we have boxed ourselves into this by our own actions. Now there must be experience. Sacrifices must be made in order to remedy this. We are not removing IU because IU committed social offense. We say, look, for political expediency, making us forward to win this election, and for inclusivity, to make all of us believe that we are all one. Okay, take for example, did you watch the video of Governor Tambo's campaign in Imo State? Did you watch the video when he said, look, why would there no problem in this country when there's marginalization? He said so when he was campaigning for delegates in Imo State about the Igbos. There's marginalization and so therefore there's crisis. And now the same thing has come to our party. We are saying, look, let us not do what these people are doing. Let us tell Nigerians that, look, we are ready. That's why we are taking the decision we are taking. Look at what happened in APC. Look at when the governors came out. I said, listen, this is one country. Let us make it so that everybody will know all of us belong to one. And that they are moving their presidency to the south. We are not fighting again. We have given it to the north. But give the chairman to the south. And you are not saying no. So where is the inclusivity now?
Your Excellency, I think we need to take a break now.
Thank you.